Prelude. Can you walk? Someone asked me. I blinked against the bright light and squinted. I was sitting in the rowboat, half pulled onto a snowy riverbank. The cold was a beast gnawing at my fingers and toes. I closed my eyes and struggled to think past the ice cluttered in my head. This is a fantastical dream created by my fever. In truth, I'm still a prisoner of war in the Bridewell. I sniffed. The air here was cold but clean, without the stink of jailed men and death. No matter, 'tis still a dream. I drifted back towards sleep. Curzon! Someone twisted my ear. I beg you! I flinched. Open your eyes. We must hurry away from here. I blinked again. Before me sat a girl, her right cheek scarred by a branding iron, her eyes swollen with fatigue. 'Twas Isabel, who was my friend. I blinked for the third time and took a breath. Isabel's hands lay in her lap, bleeding from torn blisters. The handles of both oars were blood-stained where she had gripped them. Like a flint hitting steel, the memory sparked, then flared. Isabel had freed me from the Bridewell prison. She'd rowed a boat, this ancient boat, all night long, rowed us away from Manhattan, the British Army, and the two that owned us. The memory exploded. We are free. I stood, legs quivering, head pounding, heart leaping. You did it! How? Don't matter. Country, you did it! She shook her head heavily, violently, and pulled me back down to my seat with a shaky finger over her lips. Hush! But it's wondrous, I said. Is it not? Yes, she whispered. No. The wind swirled a veil of snow between us. Perhaps. Do you know of a safe house hereabouts? I asked. The name of folks who would help us? We have to help ourselves. She looked over her shoulder at a field beyond the riverbank. We have a handful of silver coins, some meat, a map, and I forged a pass too, but the river ruined it. She wrung out the water from the bottom of her skirt. We have to walk to Charleston. Charleston, why? That's where Ruth is. I knew then that her mind had been addled by the exertions of our escape. Isabel's little sister had been sold away to the islands. The child was likely dead, but I could not say this to Isabel. Not right then. The river gurgled and tugged, trying to pull the boat back into the current. I clutched the sides of the unsteady craft and shivered. Isabel had brought us this far. Now it was up to me. But how? We were escaped slaves, half frozen, exhausted. We needed to warm ourselves up, eat, and sleep. Above all, we had to stay hidden. The business of returning or selling runaways was profitable, both for the redcoats and for the rebels. I tallied our advantages: a few coins, food enough for a few meals, and disadvantages: no horse, no gun, no one to trust. A large piece of ice floated down the river as a second truth crackled in me. This freedom could kill us.